Sean Hannity discussed immigration reform with Jorge Ramos yesterday. Let's watch.
We hear about Barack Obama, America's first black president. Hillary saying, isn't it time for a woman president? You've got two candidates, Senator Rubio, Ted Cruz, would be the first Hispanic president of the United States. You don't hear a lot about that.
They would be, and they're making history.
They'd make history.
Really making history.
Great history, right?
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we hear as much about that?
Well, because I think both Senator Ted Cruz and Senator Marco Rubio, they decided to follow the book of Barack Obama. In other words, Barack Obama didn't run as an African-American candidate, and both Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio had decided not to run as Hispanic candidates. However, it is truly unprecedented. This is the new normal. It is maybe not surprising to many, but for our community, for the Latino community, it is huge that we have two candidates. Now, what's ironic, Sean, is that both are Cuban Americans when the majority of the community among Latinos is Mexican American, and both are Republicans. And as you know, Latinos tend to vote more for Democrats than for Republicans.
Yeah, I know we always talk about demographics, and I'm not a big believer in identity politics, Jorge, but that's just the reality. If you read any poll, they break it down demographically, men, women, age, etc. But when you look, generally speaking, at the Hispanic community in America, I look at values that I identify with: hard work, family-oriented, conservative on social issues, deep faith, love of country. But yet the vote, historically, the Latino vote has gone more towards the Democrats than Republicans. Is it the issue of immigration?
It's the issue of immigration. I agree with you when it comes to values. And you know what Ronald Reagan used to say, that Latinos are Republicans. They just don't know it. Republicans, I think they've missed a huge opportunity because when it comes to values, they're very close to the Hispanic community. But Latinos honestly can't see beyond immigration right now because immigration reform is a prerequisite for the Latinos to look at Republicans in a different light. In other words, it's a very simple concept, Sean. People won't vote for a candidate who will deport your father, your friends, your colleagues.
If you go from Central America, El Salvador, Nicaragua, you name the country, you go to Mexico, you're either put in jail illegally, you enter that country, or you are immediately deported. Why is there this expectation?
The way they treat people in Central America, it's awful. Yeah, it's awful how they treat Central Americans in Mexico.
But
this is an exceptional country, Sean. This is an immigrant country, and
not
we
an
are
illegal
supposed to
immigrant
treat
country,
people
though,
in
Jorge.
a different way.
Not illegal
rights,
immigrant country.
It's really human rights.
We believe,
well,
yeah,
the truth is, Sean, is what are you going to do with 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country? You are not going to deport them, and we've got to treat them fairly. I mean, countries
are treating them
judged
fairly.
not by the way they treat the rich people. They are judged by the way they treat the most vulnerable. And here we have 11 million who are vulnerable, who are here because millions of Americans, including you and me, benefit from them, and thousands of companies give them work. So we got to do something with them, and we're not going to deport them.
Here's what I
that's
suggest.
Why we have an election now.
I interviewed Marco Rubio right after he made his announcement the other night, and I asked him about this.
And I talked to him today, by the way.
And he was willing to try comprehensive reform. He now regrets it. But this is what he said to me. First, we have to show the American people that we're going to solve the problem and control our borders.
Every single time you hear a conservative commentator or a Republican politician make that argument about border security, well, first we need to make sure that we protect the border, seal up that border, and then we'll have a conversation about what we should do with the people who are here and if we could do a path to citizenship. Every time they make that argument, you respond like this. The Democrats already proposed multiple times border security bills, and the Republicans filibustered them. That's a fact. That's a fact. We covered in great detail all the different immigration proposals put forth by the Democrats over the past 2 years or 3 years, and every single time there were provisions dedicated to let's put drones on the border in Texas. Let's spend millions of dollars more in this particular area of the border, which is a problem area. Let's allocate more money to the states themselves on the southern border and let them do with it as they find appropriate. So all the bills that were proposed by the Democrats were comprehensive. So they had a path to citizenship, which, by the way, took way too long, in my opinion. And they had a path to citizenship, but they also had border security provisions. Because they knew, the Democrats knew, look, we're not going to get anything through unless we give the Republicans a lot of what they want. So what did they do? 100% they said, look, you get whatever thing you want on border security as long as we also have a path to citizenship. And the Republicans filibustered it. So when Sean Hannity gives that talking point, the response is that's completely disingenuous because the Democrats are better on the issue of border security than the Republicans. If the Republicans block border security bills every time they're brought up, who's really the party that's pro-border security? No, see, that's the thing, man, and we've spoken about this before. I've done segments where I was expecting a harsher backlash from my progressive audience who listens to the show, because I said that my stance on immigration is actually a mix of both worlds, where I believe in the most progressive fix and the most conservative fix. I would do a path to citizenship for everybody that's here who's undocumented, but at the same time, I do full border protection. So in other words, let's do a path to citizenship for everybody here, but seal the border, nobody else is allowed in unless you go through this crazy, weird, other legal process. So we'll deport everybody after we let everybody that's already here get in. And I was expecting people in the progressive community to be like, I disagree with that. I think we should have an open border or something like that. They don't. It turns out that most people on the left agree with that. Do a path to citizenship for everybody that's here, make it fair, make it just, but then also, yes, you could do border security. So the Democrats are better on that issue than the Republicans. The Republicans filibustered an increase in border security spending. And then also notice the disingenuous argument. Well, why aren't Hispanics excited? We're giving you the token candidates here. Hello, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio. Hello, what more do you want? We're putting up a token candidate. That's like saying to black people, hello, Herman Cain here. What? You don't like Herman Cain? He's black. Hello, Alan West here. Alan Keyes. Why are you not voting for these people? By the way, this also destroys the stereotype that, people only vote based off of that. If that's true, why did Herman Cain get 0.00001% of the black vote? Turns out black people don't just vote for people based on their skin color. Turns out they vote for them based on their policies and their ideas. But Sean Hannity's shocked because he thinks that other people are going to be tricked by his stupid move. We have somebody who's Hispanic, people. Hispanics, vote for them. Look, he's Hispanic. What more do you want? Oh, I don't know. They want maybe policies that will support them, and that's the main point here. The problem is the Republican Party, time and time again, they turn their backs on all minorities. That's why minorities don't vote for them. All of your policies spit in their face, so of course they're not going to vote for you. And notice, his argument was great. He goes, Hispanics believe in hard work, family, faith, and love of country. So they're more aligned with Republicans. As if the Democrats are anti-hard work. Yeah, you nailed it, man. That's what we're against hard work. You're right. We want everybody to be unemployed. Family, yeah, we're anti-family. We're anti-family because we also want gay families to be treated equally and to be families under the law. That makes us anti-family somehow. Democrats are anti-faith, even though a majority of Democrats are religious, but you got it, anti-faith. And Democrats are against love of country. That's right, man. Because we're against stupid policies like the Iraq War, and we're trying to make the country better in the process by not doing stupid wars, therefore we don't love the country. We hate the country. Everything that you'll find when you watch Sean Hannity is stupid Republican talking points from a bobblehead G.I. Joe doll.